Today we're going to be checking out the world's smallest camera drone. This drone right here is called the SkyEye Nano Drone, and it is by the company Turned Labs. That is TRND Labs. You may remember this company from a review I did a couple months ago. I reviewed a drone that was very similar to this, except it did not have a camera. So now this is the camera version. In this review, we're going to be checking out the different flight modes and the overall stability of the drone. Since it is a camera drone, you definitely don't want it to be too all around the place. And then we're also going to be checking out the quality of the camera and seeing if this is really usable footage that you would want to use. The box that this came in is very similar to the other nano drone that I received from this company Turned Labs. Very similar packaging. I do like the packaging a lot. The outside container is kind of plasticky, but overall it protects it very well. After I got it out of the original shipping envelope thingy, I noticed that the box was a little crushed, but the overall drone and all the pieces inside were just fine. The SkyEye Nano Drone comes with the actual drone itself, with the camera already attached and an SD card. Under the main unit is the remote controller. It's quite small but very similar to the other sizes that come with drones of this size. It takes two AAA batteries that go in the back. The other goodies that come in the package are a charging cord to charge up your main drone, and then also an awesome micro SD to USB sort of adapter piece, which I actually kind of needed one of these, and I had no clue that this came with it. So this is going to be very useful in the future, not even just for this nano drone, but for all SD cards. Instead of using an SD card adapter to micro SD, you can just throw that SD card into this adapter and plug it into a USB port. The final thing that came in the package is a full set of spare props. That is 4 props right there. You can break all the props and fix it all together, I guess. That's pretty standard with all these nano drones. Let's take a peek inside the manual. It gives you some basic getting started information and different sensitivity things. It is able to do flips, so that's 360-degree rotations, which is really awesome. It teaches you how to do that in this manual. You can also adjust the trim and different calibration things. The video photo function, I'll get to that in just a second. Also how to replace the blades and a bunch of troubleshooting things. Very, very helpful manual. So here is the main quad. It's got a nice bright orange shell, so you're less likely to miss it if it were to get lost outside or under a couch or something. They are like completely using all of the different sides. On the front is the camera. On the right side, if you're looking down on top of it, is the charging and on and off port. And then on the left side is where the SD card goes in, which it comes with a 2 GB SD card. You can use up to, I'm not really sure, I used a 32 GB SD card, it worked just fine. You're really not going to need a terribly large SD card because the actual video files are very, very small. The USB to micro SD card adapter works very, very well. I used it to transfer all the footage that you will see in just a second from the drone. One thing I did notice is that it came with like a cap, but it is so loose, if you just like tip it upside down, it'll fall off. So I'm not really sure what the point of that cap thing is, because it'll just fall off. I don't think I really need to put it on there though. If we look at the remote here, you can see that the video and photo button is like the trim button on the right bottom side of the remote. Once you push the video button, the little LED on the top of the quadcopter will start blinking, and then once you hit the video button again, it'll stop the video. From my experiences with other quadcopters of this size, it flies the exact same. Very, very similar. There's hardly any sort of differences in the overall flight. All the controls are the same. Speed is about the same. There's 2 modes. There's like a beginner mode, which is what it's turns to when you first turn it on, and then there's a more advanced agility mode. If you hit the left little stick, if you push it in, it'll jump to that mode, which is a little more fun. I set up a mini little obstacle course in the studio to test out the agility of the quad. Let's now take a look at the footage from the quad. Look at that video. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think you're going to win any Academy Awards with this sort of aerial cinematography that you get with this drone. But I mean, what do you really expect for a quadcopter this small and this sort of inexpensive? I must say, even though the quality is absolutely like terrible, like that's not even 4080p. I mean, that's like less than the lowest version of quality on YouTube. But I must say that really does look pretty awesome, just flying through these super tight spaces. You could actually get some pretty epic video, even though it is such low quality. I feel like if you got a couple of these, you could play with your friends or make some sort of epic TV show, seeing which contestant can fly through the obstacle course the farthest, the fastest. The final obstacle in my course was to fly through a ring that is just 4 inches in diameter, which the actual quad with the propeller spinning is over 3 inches wide. So this is a very small gap to try to clear. As you can see, I had to take several attempts, many crashes, quite funny, but just wait for it. Anyways, this quad is really great. Other than the camera not being super high quality, I would highly recommend this drone. Check out the links in the description to pick one up today. Super fun. I would definitely say age group would be, I don't know, like 12 years old to as old as you want to be able to fly this. I mean, it's really fun for everyone. Every age group can have a lot of fun out of these. Plus, that added benefit of the video really makes it awesome to document whatever you want to document, even if the quality isn't super great. A couple of things that I would maybe like to change is, first off, I would want to kind of see if there was any way to make that camera any better. If you think about the iPhone camera, like the iPhone 6s has a 4K camera, and it's not that much bigger round than the one that's in here. So in the next couple of years, I would really like to see cameras that are like on smartphones that are really high quality, take high quality images, but then are super small, like small enough to fit on a drone like this. The other caveat that I have is that the battery lasts like 5 minutes, and like, yeah, 5 minutes, that's really what it lasts, because the battery is so small, because that's how they made it small. And that's one of the really difficult things that you have to deal with when you use a drone that's this small, is that the battery is going to be very small as well. So charging only takes 10 minutes, and then you get to fly it for 5 minutes. So you're not going to be able to fly very far with this. If you're in the more advanced agility mode, it'll drain the battery even faster. But other than those two issues, I don't really see too many problems with this. A couple of other drones that are kind of competitors to this use an app that is that pairs up with your iPhone or smartphone, and then you can do a live FPV, which is really awesome. I believe this company is going to come out with something like that. It didn't say anything about that in the user manual, but that would be helpful. I don't think you can fly terribly far and still get a good signal, but other than that, It's a really awesome quad just to play around with. Super fun for the whole family. As you can see, animals love quads too, or maybe not, whatever. So thank you for watching. Definitely check out this quad and make sure to subscribe because more videos just like this one are coming out every week.